In step one, we looked at the key principles of a gallery wall, what to avoid, and the materials you will need. Now, in step two, we're going to map it all out to figure out where each piece goes and continue to build our template so you don't end up with unnecessary holes in your walls. Let's get started. We are going to begin with the layout. Now, I mentioned that we should choose our anchor, our focal piece. So we place our focal point and then we build out and down and sometimes up. All depends on what you want your gallery wall to look like, right? The first thing I am going to do is I've squared off the top of the paper here, but I'm going to go ahead and I am going to draw a line right across the top. I've drawn the line across and I've found the center of my paper. And I am going to go ahead and use my focal piece to place in the center. And I'm now going to build above it. This is 13 and a quarter. So it's going to be 2/8. So it's going to be 6 5/8 is the midway point. So that's 6 5/8 is right here. Wow, look, what are the chances? It was almost lined up already. There we go. So I'm gonna start positioning the artwork. Now we're gonna go ahead and place the other pieces. I want to put this here. Now we just got to work around and see how we want to lay out our pieces. Okay, here. That's it. I think that's it. So I'm just laying them out right now, roughly. And then I'm going to go ahead. There we go. Now, this one is a smaller one. So what I could do actually, if I wanted to, is bring my focal art or frame down a little bit. And so they're not all lined up across there. And I think that would create a little more interest. So I think that's what I am going to do. I'm not sewing, but I'm going to get my little measuring gauge here. I'm going to have to come around to the front of the table. And I think I'm just going to push this art down an inch because I want to create a little more interest instead of having them lined up straight across. Right? So that's where that's going to sit. And then I am going to go ahead and line these ones up with the line, but I'm also going to have to measure. Now this is 2 inches apart. You can do 2 to 3 inches. I would suggest that if your frames are bigger, then maybe to scale it would look okay going 3 inches spacing, but because my frames are smaller, I'm just gonna go 2 inches between. So that is 2 inches. You could actually even get like a spacer, cut something that's 2 inches and put it in between. You know how you do tiles? And so I am just going to straighten this. That's it. 2 inches, 2 inches. I'm going to do the same thing with this one over here. I'm going to do 2 inches. And I got to go ahead and straighten it at the line. So you place your photos first to see how you want them to be arranged, and then you measure. It's 2 inches. This is gonna be 2 inches. I would also suggest that you stay consistent. So if you're using 2 inches, use 2 inches. Don't switch between 2 and 3. Just use 2 inches or 3 inches in the one composition, right? So, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead, because one of the things we're gonna do is draw a box around our frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw this box because I need to extend my middle line further down so I can anchor or place this one. Okay, so see, I have my box, and I am gonna go ahead and draw my middle line further down. There we go. So I can anchor this one. So what I'm going to do now is measure. This one is 11, and so it's going to be 5.5. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's measure 2 inches. Here's 2 inches. And let's measure 2 inches. I'm just going to draw a line across here. There we go. And then let's go back and look for 5.5 inches. There we go. So that one now is in position. Next thing we need to do is, okay, so I know this is where I want this one. This one has 2 little hooks at the back here. That's causing me problems. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just face it down. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to face it down. And I am going to go ahead and measure. Oh, I'm just going to move this away. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is draw the box around this one also. We're good there. Let's do the same thing over here. There we go. So let's get 2 inches down here. That's 2 inches. 2 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a line across. Now, the minute you have placed one of your artwork, 2 of your whatever you have placed, you can go ahead and draw your line. Not your line, sorry, your outline of the piece that's going to be in that space. And make sure you don't mix them up. So you could say, for example, this is number 1. If you're working with a lot, especially, this is number 2. And you just get a piece of painter's tape. You just put it on and you write number 2 on that. You write number 1. Number 3, number 4. So that's number 3, number 4. If you don't have a table that you can do this on, you can actually put it on the floor. Find somewhere on the floor to put it. Now let's do this. Let's do 2 inches here. And 2 inches here. And then I'm going to draw a line. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take my art. I'm going to line it up with this line here. And then I'm going to push it all the way over to this line here. There we go. And then I'm going to draw my outline. There we go. So this is number 5. And then we are going to do this one, and we're going to do the same thing. We are drawing 2 inches down. On the other side, 2 inches down. Connect our marks. Oh. Then over here, 2 inches. And 2 inches. Then we're going to connect our marks. Now it will take a little time, but believe you me, it is worth it. DIY can look professional too. Number 6. Okay, now that we are finished mapping out our frames, our photos on our template, our next step will be to locate on our template where the hooks are going to be to hang our photos on the wall. So I'll see you again on Sunday.